DeWitt, and I'm looking forward to spending the next 2 hours with you while the stars from CBS, NBC, and ABC continue this biannual contest. Now, before today, there have been 7 previous battles. ABC has won twice, CBS has won twice, and NBC has won 3 times. I think maybe they're going to be laying for NBC today. And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you my colleague and co-host for this event, the man who has flung his words through the 7 previous battles, the inimitable Mr. Howard Cosell.
Thank you very much, Joyce. It's good to have you back with us on the Battle of the Network Stars. And we'll be getting together, Joyce, dear, formally in just a few minutes, at least more formally, in order to detail the order of events, the rules of the competition, the respective prize monies involved. But right now, to the action. The first event is imminent. Let's meet the members of the teams. Here they are as competitors. You'll see them in the roles they portray. The teenage idol Scott Baio, he plays Chachi on Happy Day. And continuing with the ABC team from Galactica 1980, lovely Robin Douglas. This is Grant Goody. He portrays David Bradford on 8 Is Enough. Robert Hayes plays Bradley Benson on Angie. Again from Galactica 1980, Kent McCord. He is Dylan. And from Benson, the zany secretary, Caroline McWilliams.
Everything swells. My feet, my fingers, my eyes, my nose, everything. I disembark, I look like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
And this is Joan Craver. In 8 Is Enough, she's Janet Bradford. Finally, ABC's Captain Kathy Lee Crosby, straight from the season's newest hit.
That's incredible.
And so are you, Kathy Lee, the first woman captain in a Battle of the Network Stars. So, with the ABC team introductions complete, let's move to the stars from CBS. And this is Janelle Allen, Bessie from Palmerstown, USA.
Oh, I know them things seem hurtful, but just got to try to understand.
And this is in the Dukes of Hazzard, beautiful Kathy Bach.
Hey, don't shoot! You got the wrong man. Besides, my lips are sealed.
From Trappajon, MD, good athlete, fine actor, Greg Harrison is Gonzo. This is Sherman Hemsley. He is George of the Jeffersons. He plays the program director from WKRP in Cincinnati, Gary Sandy.
It's as high as we can go. Now, that's almost what Jennifer makes.
She plays Lucy Ewing in the hit series Dallas, Charlene Tilton. From Knott's Landing, marathon runner and Tony Award nominee Joan Van Art. And the captain of CBS, the star of Hagen, Chad Everett. So that's the team from CBS. Now let's move to the stars from NBC. And the first one is Gil Gerard, big and strong. He's Buck Rogers.
Get your shuttle, Princess. Crank up your engines.
She was on the first 2 battles. Karen Grassley of Little House.
Charles, I didn't want a present. I just wanted to be remembered.
She plays Princess Ardata on Buck Rogers. Pamela Hensley.
Princesses don't start engines.
Deputy Hawkins on the misadventures of Sheriff Lobo, Brian Kerwin.
Oh, what's the matter, Hawkins? You look kind of peaked. It's these beauty contestants.
She's a good athlete, a battle veteran. She's Officer Bonnie Clark in Chips, the only woman star in the cast.
There are 7 men and me. That's heaven.
From the NBC hit Real People, vivacious co-host Sarah Purcell.
You're going to meet some of the dancers. So am I.
Again from Chips, another veteran of many battles. He plays Officer Jonathan Baker, Larry Wilcox, athlete, rancher, sportsman. And from Larry we go to the captain of the NBC team, one of America's most respected actors, Bill Devane, from Here to Eternity.
For a small fee, I bet I can get him to break both their legs some quiet night.
There they are, 24 of America's most outstanding television stars once again meeting high above Malibu Beach on the glorious campus of Pepperdine University. They're about to clash again to meet in combat on the Battle of the Network Stars. The Olympic-sized swimming pool is the venue for the first event. Here's the running order: kayak relay, swimming relay, 3-on-3 football, baseball dunk, obstacle course, tandem bike race, running relay, and the tug-of-war. And we'll also be playing Simon Says. In the meantime, our commissioner for the competition, an effusive figure from pro football, former coach of the Chiefs and the Saints, Hank Strand. Welcome back, everyone. I said just a couple of moments ago that we'd be talking a touch more formally to all of you. Joyce DeWitt, my co-host, and I. And I think the time has come to do exactly that. Will you come in, my love? Oh, what a diminutive bundle of instant sexuality, this figure who dominates Three's Company. And it's good to have you with us.
Thank you. You're not so bad on Monday Night Football. So,
well, you're very kind, dear.
Oh.
But you were a competitor before in this competition. I wonder if you'd give us your recollections in that vein. How it was when you first came here, what you expected, how it turned out.
Gosh, when I first came, I was just glad to be a part of a team finally. As a grown-up lady, never got to do it as a little girl. Had a uniform like everybody else. I felt like one of the team. As the competition went on, I realized that a competitive event is serious business. I learned a lot about what guys learn in high school when they play on football teams and baseball teams, and girls missed out on when I was a kid.
Well, look what you didn't miss out on in Battle 5, Joyce. You were a great wide receiver. They had to interfere with you as you scored for your team. But we've also got with us today the greatest wide receiver of them all, a ballet dancer in action, number 88, Lynn Swan. And it's good to have you with us, Lynn. Put your arm around Joyce. Lynn, I'd rather you didn't touch her.
I have to, Howard. She's too pretty.
I'm going to hang around here for a while.
Listen, the good thing about you, my friend, is that as great an athlete as you are, you're willing to observe, analyze, which is what you'll be doing here. You've watched these teams work out for the past week. What's been your observation?
Well, the observation is, Howard, they are not professional athletes, number one, but they do enjoy the competition. Chad Everett is an A tennis player, Joan Van Ark a marathon runner, and they love to compete in sports. Now, there are a couple of people who are going to be good all-around athletes. Scott Bale, because of his youth and his age. Then there's Chad Everett again. There's Gregory Harrison, and they should all do well, all-around athletes. And, of course, they'll have their arms around some of the prettier competitors like Pamela Hensley and Randy Oates, and, of course, Catherine Bach.
You seem to have had your mind infected by some of these beauties.
It was hard to concentrate on them working out, Howard.
Under any circumstances, we look forward to your comments throughout the program.
Thank you.
And we're about ready to begin with the very first event, the action at hand. So let's get to it, gang. Away we go.
All right, let's go.
And the first event, of course, is the kayak relay. You see the NBC team there. You'll see all three teams listed in order. But right now it's a good time to tell you about the prize money. The team that finishes third, each member gets $10,000. The team that finishes second, each member gets $15,000. Each member of the winning team gets $20,000. And so you have seen the names of the teams, 2 men, 2 women, to each team. And as we look at the Olympic-sized pool, here's the task. Go up the length of the pool, around the buoy at the right-hand end, then back, then the exchange. Difficulties will be expounded during the course of the race. What constitutes the challenges and so on. Now we're ready for the start. And quickly, Pamela Hensley of NBC in your front lane here to the left of your screen. Got off to an early lead, but already passed in the far lane by Grant Goodeve, who is rowing easily, steadily in the far lane. Chad Everett, after a bit of a struggle, now ahead of Pam Hensley. Already up to the buoy and doing very well with it. This is the first testing challenge of the kayak relay. Going around that buoy, and Goodeve does it. Now being exhorted on by Scott Bale and Joni Prather. With a good lead for the first leg is Grant Goodeve. In second place, AD is Chad Everett. And And a distant third now. She had trouble with the buoy is Pam Hensley. Incoming to the next challenge, the turn. And now let's bring in Joyce DeWitt, who's a master of the turn. There goes Caroline McWilliams.
That was a pretty good exchange, Howard. You know, the rules do allow a push-off, but only by the previous rower. They accomplished that exchange about as smoothly as they possibly could.
Okay, Joan Van Ark in for CBS. And look at the big lead that Caroline McWilliams has. Joan Van Ark, a good athlete, isn't she, Lynn?
She's an outstanding athlete, but she's got a big lead to cut down on Caroline McWilliams. Although Caroline McWilliams doesn't have the control in her kayak.
No, she's in trouble right now, and Joan Van Ark goes by her. The McWilliams boat turns completely around. She can't negotiate the buoy. In fact, she's moving the buoy, creating future problems. But look at Van Ark into the ABC lane, impeding McWilliams. And taking advantage, Larry Wilcox here in your near lane and putting NBC way out in front. Suddenly, there'll probably be a protest, but we'll get to that later. Commissioner Stram may have to rule. Caroline McWilliams still can't get around that buoy. Finally, she does. But Wilcox is off by himself, and he is rowing beautifully, Lynn.
He is very, very smooth. He's got an outstanding lead, and all they have to do is just be careful and maintain that, and they could come out on top.
Okay, Lynn, here's that exchange Joyce was talking about. Karen Grassley into the boat. Now for the push. This is the key. And the push put her off balance. Quickly, Grassley's in trouble. Swinging around, Joyce. You see that?
Yes, she spun totally around, Howard. That's going to cost them a lot of time. CBS closing in right away.
Kathy Bach. And she's doing the right thing, Lynn Swan. She's got her body to the back of the boat. That helps balance. That helps stabilize the boat, the point you mentioned. And her strokes are short, choppy. Doesn't plunge the blade too deeply into the water. Kathy Bach becoming a key figure in the race, building up a huge lead, negotiating around the buoy. Lynn, she is giving a lesson in how to stabilize a boat.
She certainly is. She's not trying to push the boat, trying not to go too fast. She's just being very, very smooth in negotiating those turns, and she's got a big lead now for CBS.
Meanwhile, the big lead is suddenly over Joni Prather of ABC, who caught and passed Karen Grassley as she negotiated the buoy so well. But look at Kathy Bach. It's a picture just to watch.
Well, she's outstanding. She is poised and she is smooth.
And so she brings it in to her teammate for the very last leg. It's Gary Sandy in WKRP in Cincinnati. And she pushed off well, Joe.
Oh, she did beautifully. That was almost perfect.
That wasn't perfect for Joni Prather. And poor Karen Grassley. She started out with a lead. Her push-off was poor. She lost control of the boat. She's dead last. But look at Robert Hayes. This is the last leg. Remember, up the pool, around the buoy and back. 2 men, 2 women. And so this is the last leg. But Robert Hayes has so much to gain. And it doesn't appear he'll be able to do it against Gary Sandy of NBC in the middle lane. Kathy Bach set this whole race up for CBS. And is struggling. Bill Devane, NBC team captain, in last place because of what happened to Karen Grassley. Robert Hayes is holding together, but he'll not make up that ground, Lynn.
No, he won't. He's an outstanding kayaker, but the lead is just too much, and CBS is going to win it, Howard.
They have already won it. Gary Sandy has come in for first place. Robert Hayes is now in for second place. Kathy Bach waiting to congratulate Gary Sandy. She should congratulate herself. There is NBC last. Come on up here, Gary. On the surface, congratulations to you. There may be an objection filed.
We don't have to wait now. I mean,
we have a 5-second penalty because they hit our boat. We win.
Have you filed a complaint with Commissioner Stram? Commissioner Hank Stram. He is the one to say, and he will be the key to this. Incidentally, I must say, Kathy, if your team won, you were the key because you held together beautifully.
Let's go. By more than 5, I think. By more than 5 seconds.
Excuse me, let's turn around and let the camera see you people.
All right.
Captain Crosby has filed an objection against the CBS team for interference.
There was no question there was contact between the 2 boats on the turn, but it looked like they were both in a kind of a holding position, and I really don't think...
They were definitely in our lane. 5 seconds. If you hit our boat, it's 5 seconds.
No. If to be determined by the commissioner.
I really don't think there was any kind of a penalty at all, because I think they were in a holding pattern, and it didn't make any difference in what happened on the turn.
Doesn't it say? Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Look, Hank, while Bob Hayes is reciting the rule to you, I really think you should take another look at this, because the rules do apply. Now, look, there's Caroline McWilliams. She couldn't negotiate the buoy. She dislodged it. But Joan Van Ark came in, and there is clear interference there. So I think, Hank, that you showed a lot more decision very candidly as a coach than you're showing as commissioner. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. I have just been handed the official times. So in any event, the commissioner proves out, because CBS won by enough of a margin so that even if they were penalized, CBS would win. They would win by a fraction of seconds. Fraction of 1. That is correct. That's correct, Gary. Thank you very much, Commissioner. What do you think of your new role?
I think coaching's a lot easier. He definitely gave an extra foot. Bad. Very bad.
Hank Stram was born to coaching, one of the most colorful coaches of them all, both at the college and the professional level. Here he was on the sidelines of his greatest victory ever. January 1970, the offense of the 70s, he said. Kansas City smothering Minnesota.
How in the world can all 6 of you miss a play like that? All 6 of you miss a play. Then the ball was knocked loose when he made contact. Boy, that's a bad call. Mr. Official, let me ask you something. How can 6 of you miss a play like that, huh? All 6 of you. The ball jumped out of there as soon as we made contact. And nobody...
I thought you were talking about you being on the field.
No. What?
Oh, what a funny man. Chad Everett, the captain of CBS, enjoys a lead with 100 points for the victory in the kayak. Kathy Lee Crosby, captain of ABC, 75. And with swimming coming up, NBC languishes. The swimming competition in the same Olympic-sized pool where you watch the kayak relay. 100 points for CBS, as you just saw. 50 points for NBC, 75 for ABC. Now there is the listing of the teams in the swimming relay. And, of course, the swimming relay, though an early event, habitually one of the most exciting events in the battle of the network stars. The first swimmers have to go 2 laps, 2 widths of the pool. The next 2, 1 lap. And then the final swimmer, the anchor swimmer, 2 laps. 1 woman to each team. And away they go. Getting a quick lead is NBC in the middle with Brian Kerwin, but it's only a slim lead. Goody is close behind, and so for that matter is Chad Everett. They touch off. They come to the second leg. And in the second leg, Grant Goody is gaining on Brian Kerwin. It's neck and neck as they come to the end of the first leg. Neck and neck. And Kerwin gets in slightly first. Off in second place, Robert Hayes quickly taking the lead for ABC. Marvelous leg swum by Robert Hayes. And now to the left of your screen, beautiful takeoff dive by Robin Douglas. But she must hold off Bill Devane in the middle. Now, as they come down the third lap, clinging to the lead for NBC, Robin Douglas. In second place for NBC, Bill Devane. And CBS is a distant third. Now they're well into the anchor leg. And swimming for ABC is Scott Baio, holding the lead. The touch, the turnaround. In second place is Gil Gerard, Buck Rogers, and he's closing in on Scott Baio. Scott Baio trying to hold together. Scott Baio slightly ahead, but Gil Gerard making a charge. ABC wins it with Scott Baio. Gil Gerard and NBC second, CBS a distant third. So it's ABC in the swimming relay. What a finish, Joyce DeWitt. How did you see that race?
Oh, that was so exciting over there. It's really a race. I was so impressed by Robin Douglas. She looked like a trained swimmer. She was so aggressive in the water.
Swam a marvelous leg. She really did. What's your observation at that close finish, Lynn?
Gil Gerard used all his energy catching up, but didn't have enough to take over the lead.
In fact, had Scott Baio's arm not been placed the way it was, Gerard might have won it.
That's correct.
Let's talk to the winners, Lynn. Oh, I gotta tell you something. You were held together. Gerard was all over you.
I saw him coming. I tell you, I had no more energy left. I just pushed it. God, that's hard.
But you did the job.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Captain Crosby.
Robin, yes, Robin's been a
Robin, oh yes, she was. Again, women are always in these competitions the critical factor.
She was.
And
I
had a good dive. I had a good dive.
Our team proves that beautiful women can really be great athletes, huh?
all right.
You know something, Robin? This is the first event you've ever been in that you haven't failed.
No, come on! I won last time! Come on!
There is a very special quality to this young man, Scott Baio, the swimming hero, a quality that stems from his very birth. A kid born to a strong, closely knit Italian family with a very high moral code, as that communion picture suggests. A kid who grew up in Brooklyn, dreaming of the old Brooklyn Dodgers, playing stickball. A success in a movie role caused his family to move out to this home in Los Angeles, where he and his dad have a hobby. They raise homing pigeons.
Hi, Scott. Look at these yellow ball heads.
Well, for a while we were commuting. For like 2 years we were commuting back and forth from New York to L.A. And it's really tough because I'd be out here with my mother and I'd miss the rest of my family, or I'd be out here with my dad and my mother, brother, and sister would be back in New York. And it was such a problem. And we were all out here one time or another, and we just decided that L.A. is, is best for everybody. And we packed up and we moved, and it's really hard because when the first time you come out here, you don't know anybody. It's such a spread out town. You drive 40 miles to go eat dinner. It's just like night and day from New York. You don't see people hanging out. You don't, like in New York, you'll hang out with maybe 15 or 20 guys. And you don't see anybody walking in the street out here. You know, they have no candy stores. Strike two. Just call me Reggie.
Well, some call Reggie Jackson an actor, but Scott Baio is the one who really is.
About 10 years ago, I watched a Marlon Brando film called The Wild One. And he was so cool and he impressed me so much that, like right after I saw the movie, I got on my bike and put on the black leather gloves. I had a hat. I wrote BRMC, which was the Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, all over my shoes, all over my bike, you know. So I guess Marlon Brando was kind of my idol. Everybody thinks comedy is so easy. I mean, they think it's like you can just go in there, you do it, and nothing. And they don't realize that it's probably one of the hardest things to do because you have to have timing and delivery, and there's so much involved. But drama comes very easily. I'm very comfortable doing a dramatic movie. You prayed to my mother? That's a joke. All I ever heard you say about her since she died is that she was better with the scissors and glue than you are. And now all of a sudden you pray to her?
It's been a long time that I prayed.
Why the hell didn't you pray for her the night you killed her?
What does that mean?
The night you let her leave the party, and she died.
That ain't the way it happened.
Oh, really? Really? Well, how did it happen? Come on. Make up some lie. Cook up some story about my mother, you damn lying lush. Come on!
Yes, Scott Baio is a very special young man. And now the up-to-the-minute scoreboard for ABC, 175 points. For CBS, 150 points. And for NBC, 125 points. Coming up, 3-on-3 football. After the kayak and swimming relays, we were done with the Olympic-sized pool as the venue of the Battle of the Network Stars, so we moved up to the football field for the competition known as 3-on-3 football, and panoramically you see the scene set. And pacing the sidelines in an old familiar role, Hank Stram, the commissioner. He's ready.
Ball in the air. All right, holler, ball in the air. Holler. Ball in the air. So anytime you're a defender, you'll know that when the ball in the air, you know the pass has been through.
And Chad Everett was ready, and so was the NBC team, led by its sterling quarterback, Captain Bill Devane. Each team gets 6 offensive plays in 3-on-3 football. 3 of the plays must have 2 women on the team. And Devane hit Randy Oakes with a beauty, so NBC took a 5-0 lead.
Great catch. Should have gone lower for the tag.
Chad Everett's leadership brought CBS back on offense. Gonzo, Greg Harrison, Trapper John M.D., his show, moving out for a pass and getting into the end zone. He took the pass, successfully executed the play. NBC and CBS were tied at 5 apiece. But it would not stop there, nor did it, because Captain Bill Devane of NBC showed how defense can become the dominant factor in a game. Right there, the 2-hand touch before Chad Everett could get rid of the football. NBC led by 1. And then Devane wrapped it up with still another pass rush. And NBC had won 7-5 over CBS. But CBS was not out of it yet, because they got a crack at ABC. And if they could beat ABC, they'd be back in the thick of things. But ABC had a cool, collected quarterback named Kent McCord, a tall fella with a good whip for an arm. And there to Kathy Lee Crosby, the score 5-0 ABC.
I like your concentration.
I can't tell if we're winning or losing.
How many points is a touchdown?
There's 2 here and 5 there, right? 2 if you get it on right in here, and 5 if you get it out there, right?
Which is a touchdown?
If
5 points or the 2 points?
The 5 points,
okay.
Right? Just like in the pro games.
What Swanee didn't know was that Robin Douglas lives just 3 blocks from Dikey Stadium, Northwestern University's football field. But Swanee knew what that was, a brilliant catch by Robert Hayes to give ABC a 10-0 lead and victory because CBS could not score against ABC. Thus it came to the showdown. And there was still no Lynn Swan on the football field. His work was done on the sidelines. He was watching closely, and he had given his instructions to the respective quarterbacks before the game began.
Kathy, get right on the goal line, turn around.
Which way?
I want you to turn to the inside. So go down.
I'm going down on the left?
Yeah, going down on the left. I want you to turn to your inside.
There was the play. She faked to the left, and then she turned to the inside. And McCord was right there with the pass. So Kathy Lee Crosby was clearly on the verge of being the hero for ABC. 5-0, they led at that point over NBC. And then that play. This time she faked again to the left, moved inside, but that was a fake, and then moved to her left again. Randy Oakes was all over her. And you saw there the flag go into the picture. Yes, it was interference. And ABC had built up a 10-point lead over NBC. Devane, when NBC went on offense, sought to strike back. There he hit Larry Wilcox with a touchdown pass. But that was all for NBC. And ABC emerged the winner, having scored an additional point on defense from a pass rush. And Kathy Lee Crosby, in the truest sense, had reigned supreme. Look at her again in action. She excelled as Robin Douglas had in the swimming relay. The women, the key always. And the first woman captain in the Battle of the Network Stars competition. current score is, with Kathy Lee Crosby, the happy captain, ABC at 275 points. Chad Everett, not so happy, at 200 with CBS and at 200 with NBC. The baseball dunk is a lot of fun. It's got a kind of carnival atmosphere about it, a happy mood, unless, perchance, you're the one who suffers the ignominy of the dunk. Joyce DeWitt explains the rules.
Okay, we are now ready for the baseball dunk. Now, this event is scored by throwing the baseball against this target here, causing a person sitting in there, hopefully, to fall into the water. If he falls in the water when you hit the target, it's 3 points. If he doesn't fall into the water when you hit the target, it's only 1 point. Now, the guy inside here is going to be defending himself with all the chatter he can come up with, screaming, yelling, anything to distract the thrower so that he doesn't hit well enough on this target to get him in the water. How does he end up in there in the first place? 4 members from each team have to be willing to volunteer to go inside the tank. And who's ever up to throw gets to choose from those volunteers, male and female, who they want to be in the tank when they're throwing. It's going to be kind of interesting to see who picks who to throw at.
Well, the first pick was made clear. Robert Hayes picked Randy Oates.
Forget it, Hayes! It's a good football, Bob. Don't hold the rope. Forget it, Bobby! Forget it! Randy, you can't hold the rope. What do I do with my hands?
Yeah, right there. I'll be right there.
Get it, Hayes! Get it!
Hayes can throw, Joyce.
He sure can.
Randy's a good sport. She grits her teeth and comes back for possibly more.
Thank you very much.
That was a 3-point throw by Robert Hayes. He's got 2 more throws.
Bobby! Bobby! Hold on! Bobby! Bob!
What an angry man.
Honey!
Watch the line, Bob.
Bobby!
2 for 2.
Oh, gosh, I don't think she expected that.
The carnival atmosphere has disappeared. It's
Just
no
a little.
longer fun, Joyce. That's an all-time record on the Battle of Network Stars, 3 in a row, and Robert Hayes is having himself a tremendous day for the ABC team.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next thrower for ABC, Scott Baio.
Well, we know this kid's an athlete, Joyce.
That's for sure.
Throwing at Charlene Tilton.
Seductive little ass, isn't she?
Uh-huh.
Scott, you want to see me do the splits?
He got her in a hurry.
It's a new kind of split.
That's 3 points.
Thank you, Scott.
You're so welcome.
Howard, somebody's just told Charlene to tease Scott about Puerto Rico for some reason.
Hold on. Okay, wait a minute. Are you really from Puerto Rico, Scott?
Oh, evidently they think Chachi, the character he plays, is from Puerto Rico. Well, the Fonz wouldn't much care for that. They're both from Italy. They're Italians.
Scott, I love my men from Puerto Rico. Ay, ay, ay.
He doesn't get it either.
She just said, I like all men from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
I think she talked him out of it, Joyce.
I think she did too.
So, we see that in replay, and that was the ABC offense. A total of 12 points. That's a good lead at this point, Joyce.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a great shot. Okay, now for CBS, Catherine Bach will be the first thrower.
This is a kind of wild, zany kid who'll mislead you with her sheer beauty and sophistication of looks.
I can't even remember. You wouldn't hurt me. I didn't hurt you.
No, yeah, don't hold on to anything.
Yeah, I won't.
See what I mean? She'll have fun at any cost, or anyone's cost. Kent called her back. She started.
I just got overly excited.
Kathy Bach is a girl with a great ability to laugh at herself. She's a major television star now, but her idea of a touch of class is not lodged in the Beverly Hills mansion. It's in Sherman Oaks, a place called Bach Fair, a takeoff on Pick Fair, the legendary place, and this house.
Hi. Hey, what are y'all doing standing out here? Didn't the maid or the butler let you in? Oh, well, come on in. I'll take you in. Welcome to Bach Fair. This is my living room. As you can see, I'm not really ready for parties yet, but I do love to have my friends over. And this is my dining room, which is really cozy, and it's not really finished yet, but I'm making do with what I have. And this is my very favorite room in... Oh! Hold on. I knew I forgot something. Oh. Help! Well, let's just turn this off and we'll go outside. You hear? Let's get out of here.
Kathy's roots go back to Faith, South Dakota. She grew up happily there with her brother Philip. She characterizes herself quite openly as a fun-loving, kind of wild kid. She was inspired to become an actress by her uncle, entertainer Tony Vertigo. At 16, she chased her dreams, ran away from home. She explains.
My father really didn't want me to be an actress because he could see no telltale path. And my dad really wanted me to go to school and become a teacher. And Dad said, I'm not going to be on your side. I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to support you, anything. And my mother said, I will always support you no matter what you do, just as long as you are doing what's the truth for you. And so I ran away from home and came out here just to really see if this was going to be the career for me.
Don't you kid yourself. Kathy had her own game plan. You'll see.
Well, I was going steady with this boy in high school, and I was going to do 3 movies, and at the end of summer, if I was going to be set up, and I was going to come back and live in South Dakota and get married. That's the truth. When I think about it, oh, goodness.
Well, instead, she became Daisy in The Dukes of Hazzard. And lately, you've probably been reading a lot about her, in particular, a recent personal problem.
Well, first of all, you're reading a lot of things that I have not given interviews to. I'm sure you're asking me about my marital situation right now. And, yes, David and I are separated, and no, I haven't said anything, so most of the stuff you're reading is everybody else's idea of what's happening. So...
And it's a private matter.
Yeah. It's very private. And that's the way it is.
And well, let's keep it that way.
The baseball dunk continues at the Battle of the Network Stars. The CBS offense is in progress. Greg Harrison has already dunked Randy Oaks. This is his last throw. Let's see if he's going to do it again.
Okay. You don't know what you're doing.
She looked almost paranoid as she went down under. That's 5 times she's been dunked, Joyce.
Yeah, oh gosh.
Come on. Right here, Randy. I'm waiting. I've been I've been here 4 years since the last one. Go down 3 times.
Remember, Bob Hayes put her down 3 times previously, so hilarity was bound to leave the proceedings as far as Randy Oakes was concerned.
Gotta carry him back.
Bill, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Well, I'll tell you what CBS is going to have to do. Greg Harrison or no Greg Harrison, they're going to have to lick their wounds. He was the last dunker. They scored a total of 10 points.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm on his team now.
So they can't win it. Now, NBC will get its chance to win. Grant Goodeve goes into the tank, mimicking a gorilla. Sarah Purcell, ready to throw.
I can't skip over the line, but I can skip over.
Okay, Sarah, now. Okay, Sarah, right here. Not up there. I don't
Get out of here.
On near miss.
Whoa, a really near miss.
Okay, now. All right, now. Okay.
Oh, here goes Sarah, trying to make up for it. She got the dunk, but it didn't count because she ran up and hit it. That's been a new trick adopted in recent battle shows. Seems to work all the time. You unconsciously relax in there.
Now we'll see who Randy's gonna pick.
Oh, God. Randy, you're sure you want to do this? I've forgiven you more than once already.
Ooh, I think her revenge will be sweet.
She looks determined, doesn't she, Joyce?
She sure does.
The seat's cold. Randy, did anybody ever tell you you throw a little like Joe Namath?
Oh, did you see the look she gave him? Randy used to date Joe Willie Namath. You see that? Forget it, Joe Willie. After this display, Greg Harrison and Randy Oakes may become an item. See it in your favorite tabloid. Ah, yes. True love.
3 points for Randy Oakes. 3 points for Randy Oakes.
She's a doty little thing, isn't she?
Yeah, I guess the turnabout was fair play.
Buck Rogers. And Kathy Bach.
Kathy looks confident she left her hat on.
Kent trying to dunk Kathy as a reminder of what Kathy had done to him earlier when he was in the dunk. Look at Scott Baio.
Down there in the lower corner. Uh-oh.
Okay, get up.
No! Oh, she was ready.
She thinks it's the young man who's supposed to fix the ropes who dunked her. Or tried to. Baio escapes unscathed.
Oh, look at him. The look of innocence.
Well, he is a great young dramatic actor.
You, Gil.
Okay, Gil.
Okay.
Rogers,
Oh. Were you in the dunk when you were in the battle show, Joyce?
I had to throw, but I was never inside the tank.
Well, you're pretty good that time, but I have my good luck hat on, and I don't think there's a chance for that.
Looks a little wet. Woo! Right in.
So, this becomes a very interesting competition. NBC is now up, Joyce, to 9 points. And Bill Devane is yet to come. It's a critical throw for Gil Gerard. He missed. So they're at 9. But the captain becomes the key man, the NBC captain, Bill Devane. And suddenly, though mirth continues to prevail, there is that inner essence of competition.
Yeah, he looks ready, doesn't he?
I need a ball. No, you don't. I can do it if I get a ball.
He does better in October with his missiles. Quickly, Caroline McWilliams goes down under it. So they're up to 12. They're tied with the team of stars on ABC shows. Now, here is what you just saw in replay. Caroline, her tongue about to come out of her mouth. A terrible feeling when you go down.
Boy.
Now, if Devane does it one more time, NBC will win the event.
ABC also has 12 points. Come on, get on there. If Devane wins it, NBC wins the event.
Missed.
One more
So
chance.
it comes down to this. He did it in the clutch. The delayed dunk. And so NBC has won the baseball dunk with a total of 15 points. And here's the scoring recap. Kathy Lee Crosby and ABC with 350. The happy Devane and NBC with 300. And now the disconsolate Chad Everett and CBS with 250. Beach fronting the Pacific Ocean is unquestionably one of the most beautiful in the world. And when one looks down upon it, as we are right now from the Pepperdine University campus, one gets a sense of the magnificence of the ocean as Lord Byron expressed it. We're awaiting the advent of the obstacle course event, and it is a testing, challenging event. One need only go back to find out from Joyce DeWitt how it was in the Battle 5 show when she emerged an unexpected winner in a heat over Patty Klaus. There was Joyce on the far lane, going over the water hole, surging to the victory. Thus, she is qualified to talk about the distaff side's point of view. Let's have her give you the ladies' point of view. Come on in, baby.
Okay, gosh, Howard, I think on this one, the ladies' point of view matches the men's point of view. I think they all think this one's tough. Each part of the obstacle course relies on different abilities to succeed. The wall and the rope require a great deal of strength. The tires lean heavily on accuracy. The first part of the obstacle course means get as short as you can. I know for myself, the monkey bars were the most difficult. I kept feeling that my arm was coming out of my socket, you know. I have a feeling, though, that Lynn Swan would be the best person to talk to about this. He'll give us the athlete's point of view on this, and who better to ask than Lynn, huh?
You're right. Swanee, take it away.
The obstacle course is the most difficult of all the events. You've got the crawl on your belly, run through the tires, the monkey bars, the wall, the rope hanging over the water jump, and make it across the finish line. But the monkey bars is the most difficult, I think, for our competitors. You have to touch the first rung, you have to grasp it, not just slap it, and the last rung, or else there's a penalty. If you fall down and you don't get up at the point you have fallen, there is another penalty. This event takes, this particular point in the event, takes body control and good arm strength. And I think it's going to be a key factor in this event.
Thank you very much, Swanee. Remember, for all infractions in this event, there are penalties in terms of time. If penalties occur, we'll detail that during the course of the event. Meanwhile, injuries are taking their toll. Randy Oakes getting patched up for blisters already developed. And an ice pack on Kathy Lee Crosby for a groin pull. Behind her, Robin Douglas with her legs bound up. Here's Swanee.
Chad, you loose?
I'm so loose that if I get any looser, I'll faint.
You got the sneaky little smile on your face. Are you up to something?
No, I'm just up to trying to, get through this thing in one piece. You know, I'm never in the Army.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Now, Brian Kerwin, ready to talk to Joyce DeWitt.
Okay, Brian, I have heard that you consider yourself the greatest non-athlete in the history of USC. Is that true?
Yes, I am one of the worst athletes in the world.
Are you...
hate sports, and I have every intention of...
demonstrating that right now?
disgracing my team and network on this.
Right at this moment. All right, well, let me wish you the greatest of luck in your disgrace.
Okay.
Okay.
We're about ready to go in this heat. The rules of this event are simple enough. There are preliminary heats, men's and women's divisions, the fastest cumulative times for the best two teams in terms of time wind up in the finals. And now it's Kerwin against Everett. So we're about ready for the start. First obstacle lies there before you. And they're off. Going under, and that's not the easiest thing in the world to do. A momentary lead for Kerwin, but quickly Everett goes ahead on the tires. Up to the monkey bars. And look at Kerwin. He excelled on the monkey bars. He goes well ahead over the high wall. Now, Kerwin is well ahead of Chad Everett. The water hole. There are penalties if you hit the water if you're in the men's division. Neither did. Kerwin off by himself. The victor in his heat. Chad Everett, a distant loser. Let's meet Brian. You characterized yourself as the greatest non-athlete in the history of the University of Southern California. You're an obvious liar.
You got a cigarette? No, I was lucky.
Lucky? You were great on the monkey bars. Skimmed right through them.
The whole monkey bar thing is because I got a shoulder that dislocates. I had to figure out a special way to do it, and it just so happened that way was fast. So,
you know, you're going to be a stage player before you're done. Congratulations to you, my friend. Good show.
Howard, Chad Everett is limping over to the bench now with the doctor helping him. He seems to have hurt his knee, I think, in the obstacle course. Dr. Bornstein is checking out his left knee. Lombardi said once, it's the knee, always the knee.
So he did, Lynn. In the meantime, let's look at it again in slow motion. Pinpoint where the injury happened, Swanee.
He comes over the water hole jump. He grabs the rope. As he comes down, that left leg slips right out from underneath it, and I think he hyperextended that knee.
This is my daughter, everybody.
Aww, you'd never know.
And she doesn't care that I didn't win.
Daddy always wins, doesn't he?
Chad Everett, a good sport with his daughter Catherine. Now, Randy Oakes getting ready for her heat. Randy Oakes, who's been dunked 5 times, you'll remember, and back she is for more, with her hands taped, against Kathy Lee Crosby, a super athlete in the women's division. Now ready for the start of the race. Determination etched in Kathy Lee's face and Randy's too. And they're off. Kathy Lee getting the apparently better start. Remember, she's got a groin pull. Randy Oakes quickly goes past her. Then on the tires, a little edge for Kathy Lee. The monkey bars. And Randy Oakes pulls away at the very end on the monkey bars. The girls take the shorter wall. Randy is over. Now she's building her lead over Kathy Lee, struggling with that groin pull. The two of them over the water hole, and Randy Oakes, the winner in her heat. So, Randy Oakes, coming back from being dunked 5 times, beats Kathy Lee Crosby. Let's meet her. Randy!
Oh, damn! I got something in my lens about the tires. So I think I did good because I couldn't see where the hell I was going.
I'll tell you where you won it, Randy. You won it on the monkey bar.
Oh, really?
That's where Kathy Lee got fouled out. So let's look at the monkey bars again in slow motion. Now, Kathy Lee was slightly ahead. They each gripped the first bar properly, and Kathy Lee was ahead right there, but then came the trouble. And Randy Oakes, on the last rung, burst ahead, and that's where she clinched the victory.
How are you? Really great. How are you? That's a lesson if you're in it, right? Yeah. Right. Oh, well,
You gotta ride the bicycles too
But there's
loud.
a rumor that...
Coming up, Greg Harrison, a fine actor, a fine competitor.
I just love athletics. Play me a game of ping pong, and I'll probably break the table. I mean, I love to go. And the one place that it doesn't work is in acting. And since I'm working a lot now, I seldom have time for that athletic competition. So when I get a chance like here to get out there and be 13 years old, where the most important thing in the world is winning, I do it. And I have no control over it. I just have to put 100% into it. And I love it.
And there he is, ready to put his 100% into it, but he's got a tough go ahead of him. His team already mathematically eliminated. I'll deal with that later. But Scott Baio, his opponent, he doesn't care what the score is at the moment. His concern is to beat Scott Baio. Scott to the right of your screen and Greg Harrison to the left. We're ready now for the start of their competition in this heat in the obstacle course event. And they're off. Quickly under goes Scott Baio like a snake under that first obstacle, but Harrison right with him. The tires handled effortlessly. And then on the monkey bars, they're about even going to that wall. And look at Baio go over that wall. He established superiority right there. And Baio will win the event. A great heat between the two of them. Let's talk to Scott.
Hey! Right!
Great race. Come on over here, Greg. Two fine athletes. Scott, you did it again. You're born for this. It's not just the fence hopping in the alleys of Brooklyn, my young friend.
Well,
you're an athlete.
Thank you. Oh,
you beat a toughie.
I sure as hell did, I'll tell you. That was a good race.
It was a great race. Hey, Greg, you went in an impossible situation, as you noted. I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't have a chance.
Couldn't possibly
pull it out
do anything.
here. But I had to give the young guy a battle, you know?
So hold yourself.
Thanks. I'm feeling it. You amazed me, not just going over the wall, but you didn't fall apart. Greg got off a little more quickly than you. You knew that.
Yeah, I knew it.
But you handled the tires well. The monkey bars, you were great.
Scott Baio actually got even after the monkey bars, and here he was brilliant going over the wall. Watch how he uses his arms to go right over the top, landing on his feet, and he just takes off for the finish line.
I've had a lot of practice of this same kind of stuff back in New York.
Let's tell it like it.
Okay, what? I'm a
top of the heap,
king of the hill.
Congratulations. Coming up, the finals in the obstacle course event. Randy Oakes is in it.
I'm so nervous you're New York with me. I'm about ready to go crazy. This one really intimidates me. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. I have to go now. Okay, goodbye.
Ready for the finals of the obstacle course event, ABC against NBC. And in the first heat, the women's division, it will be that gallant young lady, Randy Oakes of Chips, who survived 5 earlier dunks in the baseball dunk, beat Kathy Lee in her earlier heat. And now she goes against her in the finals because both of them had the fastest women's times in the heat. Remember Kathy Lee Crosby with a grind pull and Randy Oakes with bruised feelings. Ready for the start.
Ready!
Kathy Lee off quickly, but under the trampoline, look at that, a collapse of the far right-hand corner, slowed it down. Now on the tires, Kathy Lee tries to get back, Randy Oakes retains her lead. On the monkey bars, more troubles for Kathy Lee. Randy Oakes going now over the short wall. Safely ahead, Kathy Lee struggling to get back. Randy Oakes over the water hole. Randy Oakes will have beaten her for the second consecutive time. Randy Oakes the winner. Kathy Lee falling behind, struggling but game. Kathy Lee, will you come over with me? We'll congratulate Randy. But I want to talk to you about that first obstacle, which apparently broke.
Are you all right, Kathy?
How about you, Randy?
Well, Howard, I've had a lovely day so far. Oh, my God, 2 times is too much on that thing. Yeah, I think 2 times.
2 times you beat Kathy Lee Crosby, which takes a lot of doing.
Wait, Kathy's got a real bad pulled muscle in her leg.
I was just going to get into that. Kathy Lee actually didn't want to talk about it because she doesn't want to make excuses. But she insisted on running the event. You did, with a pulled groin,
Yeah.
didn't you?
Yeah. It's okay. She beat me fair and square. She was so good. I had to really to concentrate on keeping in there for me because it was so painful. When I wanted to do the things, I didn't have it.
You couldn't do it.
So it was
Don't go away, Randy.
I didn't want to quit. What do we get?
What happened on that
Good.
first obstacle? Let's see. Why not explain, Joyce?
Howard, Kathy Lee literally buried herself with the trampoline by not tucking her fanny down far enough. Look at that. She actually knocks it down, but she continues rolling on through with a lot of courage and bravery. She actually loses very little time here.
You're right. She lost very little time. In fact, got back into the thick of things until she was felled by the problem of the monkey bars again.
That's right.
And so we're now ready for the finals in the men's division. Brian Kerwin against Scott Baio, and Lynn Swan is with Brian.
Brian, we've heard you say you're not a real athlete, but everything's on the line now. This is the big race, and you're going against Scott, who is really tough.
I've already told Scott, when he gets down to the end, go ahead to lunch. Don't wait for me. I'll catch up with him later. No,
I think you're sandbagging us all.
I'm going to go for it. We'll see what we can do.
Okay, Scott, here we go again, right? This is the finals. The heat is on. How do you feel?
Oh, feel fine.
Yes? Quickly recovering, he feels even better. So what do you anticipate, having run it once today, what do you anticipate will be your problem this time around?
The tires are always a problem.
Yes?
Everybody, I think. Because the thing is, you come from under this trampoline here, and you're really ready to go, and you can't go too fast with those tires, because if you do, you kind of get ahead of yourself, and you trip, and you fall. So
And if you miss one, you got to go back and pick it up, right?
You sure do.
Sure do. Okay, good luck, especially on the tires.
All right. She's a bouncy little thing, isn't she? There's the obstacle course laid out before you, and NBC is leading by 1.83 seconds. Ryan Kerwin going against Scott Baio. Let's see how Scott works those tires after the trampoline. He goes under that trampoline again like a snake. But look, living by his own cautioning words, he took the tires carefully. The trampoline a cinch. A problem for Kerwin on the last run. He may not have touched it. He may suffer a penalty. On the wall, Baio reigns supreme again. He is an easy victor. A tremendous victor. Scott Baio. What a victory. Come here. Top of the heap, king of the hills, hey, number one, Scott Baio, what a performance. I'm a little, Brian, will you come over here? You phony, you're a first-rate athlete, but I was a little worried. Did you hurt yourself on the monkey ball?
Nah, I just kind of punches and slipped a little bit. Yeah.
Well, it still depends on the timing, Captain Crosby. I haven't gotten the official times yet. As soon as I do, we'll know who won the obstacle course competition. What an athlete this kid is.
New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep, to find I'm king of the hill, head of the list, cream of the crop at the top of the heap.
The thrill of victory is evidenced by the ABC team with a commanding lead. They won the obstacle course by that margin, and NBC was penalized. Kathy Lee Crosby, the captain of ABC, her team with a commanding lead, 450. There's Phil Devane, his team struggling to hang in there, and the doleful status of Chad Everett and CBS. Now, Kathy Lee Crosby has to be one of the most remarkable young women I have ever met. This is a girl who is a great athlete, a great competitor. As you can see, she has appeared on The American Sportsman, ABC's Emmy Award-winning show, and once a ranking tennis competitor, she has turned to the trapeze.
After I gave up tennis, I really needed something to challenge myself, and I didn't know what it was. And just regular sports sort of seemed fun, but not particular enough. And I did Circus of the Stars, and I did the trapeze, and I loved it. And I said, okay, I'm gonna do this. And I've been doing it about 6 months,
steadily, and I do my first circus next Sunday in San Francisco. Professional circus.
That's incredible.
I love it. That's incredible, right? If I make it, that'll be incredible.
Boy, Howard, she's pretty incredible. And now for a non-competitive moment at Battle of the Network Stars, we have Lou Goldstein warming up the crowd for a game of Simon Says. He's from the famed Grosvenor's Hotel in the Catskills.
Preceded by Simon Says, you obey. Any other commands, you don't. Simon Says, sit up straight. Simon Says, everybody clap your hands once. A little pep again. You're all out. All of you are out. Those who didn't do it, raise your hand. Now you're out.
Lou Goldstein is playing Simon Says with the Stars. This is just for fun, no points. Let's watch.
Hold it. Those who stop, they're out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Simon Says, hold it. What is your name? You're out. Simon Says, forward stretch. Simon Says, touch the shoulder blades of the one in front. You can put your... Wait a minute. I don't know who's behind you, but you shouldn't be in that position. You can put your hands down. Simon Says, put your hands up. That's up. You're out. You're out. Simon Says, I said up. Simon said, hey, Kathy, you want a chance?
Yeah.
Simon Says, come on over here and ask me like you want a chance.
Oh, little baby, give me a chance.
Honey, you're going to win the game. By the way, what's your first name?
Catherine.
You're out. Simon Says, straighten your hands out. Simon Says, straighten your hands. Look serious. Simon Says, look serious. Simon Says, wave your hands. Hold it. Simon Says, hold it. Hands down. Those who drop their hands. You're out. Simon Says, hands down.
Simon said it?
Hands down. Over here, Chad. Simon Says, look at me. You're out if you don't look. You better wake up. Look the other way. Simon Says, look over to the left. Simon Says, smile. Simon Says, clap your hands. Simon Says, hold it. You were applauding like it's from here to eternity. Simon Says, walking in place. Simon Says, left, face. Go ahead, Charlene, I didn't see you. Right, face. Simon Says, right, face. Simon Says, hold it. We're facing the front, the way you're standing. Simon Says, turn. No, a little.
Who said it?
Do me a favor, turn something. That's better. Simon Says, hips, place. Look at me, Charlene. Simon Says, bend back 1. Up 2. Simon Says, up 2, hands down. Simon Says, hands up. Simon Says, clap your hands. Simon Says, hold it. Simon Says, clap. Hold it. Simon Says, hold it. Hands down. Simon Says, hands down. You move over to your right. Simon Says, move over to your left. That's your left. Have a nice trip. Greg, over here. Look at me. Simon Says, over here, Chad. Scott, Simon Says, over here. Hold it. You stutter when you walk. Simon Says, hold it. About face. Simon Says, about face. Forward. March. Simon Says, forward, march. Simon Says, hold it. Over here. Simon Says, over here. Simon Says, right-handed shoulder 1. No, over there. Simon Says, move over to your right. What? Simon Says, right-handed shoulder 1. Simon Says, hands down. Hold it. You got the game down pat. You don't move.
Please don't pick on me.
Say it loud. Simon Says, say it loud.
Please don't pick on me.
All right, Simon Says, move over there. Simon Says, right-handed shoulder 1. Let's start again, hands down. You're out? So long. Hands down. Look serious. You're out. That's done. Simon Says, over here. Simon Says, over here, Kathy. Yeah, Simon Says. Chad, partner. Simon Says, hands down. Simon Says, over to your left. Larry, smile. You're out.
I'm not smart.
Yes, you are. Show your teeth. Simon Says, show your teeth. Simon Says, look mad. Simon Says, look sexy. That's sexy? Simon Says, face each other. you make it today. Simon says, hold it. Give her a hug. For a lousy game. Simon says, place your hands forward. Past the shoulders. Like the lovely lady I know you are, Simon says, place your hands under his. Simon says, think of the pleasure you could have if I say Simon says to you. Simon says, embrace each other. Cheek to cheek. You're both out. Move on to the right. Simon says, change place. Too late. Simon says, hold it. Simon says, hold it. Move on. You're out. Simon says, it's me against you, the world-famous striker from Hagen. Simon says, hair, flare, face. Simon says, a little to the right, part of the way. Simon says, forward, march. Hold it. Hold it. Simon says, faster. Simon says, hold it. Simon says, right, face. Simon says, right, face. Simon says, walk up the steps. Simon says, walk up the steps. Simon says, walk up the steps. Simon says, hold it. Put it in. Simon says, duck down a little. Simon says, be my guest. Simon says, enjoy. Go in. Simon says, right now, into the dunk.
Network stars in the tandem bike relay coming up. Cars wending their way toward the Pepperdine campus, and there visual evidence of the devastating mudslides that have taken place in the recent months because of severe rains. Some homes destroyed, some homes threatened. One of those homes along there is owned by Joyce DeWitt, but fortunately hers is safe. And there it is again, the Pepperdine campus, and the current scoring. ABC building a commanding lead. CBS deep in the doldrums. NBC hanging in there. That's the story as the contestants get ready for this event, which has its inherent hazards. And everybody preparing for the event cautiously, almost gingerly, and looking for protective devices. Gary Sandy and evidence, and Bill Devane telling his people what to do. And in the midst of all of this, our colleague and co-host Joyce DeWitt about to talk with Randy Oakes, who will ride behind Gil Giroux.
What would you do if you missed a pedal? You were spinning along and foot came off the pedal. Is there a strategy for that?
All I do is pump. I don't do anything. I can't stop Gil. I can't do anything. And he tells me when to pump, and I pump, and I can't. Behind some other men, possibly, you can see to one side or the other. Gil is this big.
Right.
I just go like this. And
okay, Randy, I'm going to let you go because I know they want to talk to all the racers. Good luck.
Now the respective captains, their respective concerns.
And the bicycle thing is could be a lot more dangerous, you know. It has a tendency to scare not only the women, but me. I don't want to fall down.
Yeah, I think because they're going to want to go fast. And when I tried it out here, I think you begin to wobble a little bit, and if you're not familiar with riding that bike fast, I think that could make a lot of problems.
There is some hazard to this event, and all the captains have collaborated and tried to give each other everything they know about the event so that nobody gets hurt.
Now here are the lineups for the respective legs. They'll be racing the first leg that's once around the track. The second leg will be raced by these folks. That's once around the track. The final leg will be raced by these folks. That's twice around the track. It's a quarter-mile track. The total distance, 1 mile. Kathy Crosby, she never lets up. We're about ready for the start of the race.
Bikers ready!
And they're off. Kathy Lee Crosby said wobbly. ABC got a wobbly start. NBC, a careful start on the inside lane. They take a quick lead. CBS already in trouble with Sherman Hemsley in there instead of the injured Chad Everett. They go around the first turn. NBC building up a lead with Larry Wilcox and Karen Grassley. Look at that. They're so far behind already, that CBS team, you can almost count them out. They really missed Chad Everett. Now, the lead around that turn, still in NBC's hands. Wilcox and Grassley besting Grant Goodeve and Caroline McWilliams. NBC finished the first leg, so did ABC. NBC still with that comfortable lead. And CBS is already so far behind, forget it. They're out of it. It's over for them. Just getting through with the first leg. And the second group with Gary Sandy and Janelle Allen taking over. But there is NBC with Brian Kerwin and Pamela Hensley building up the lead over Robert Hayes and Robin Douglas of ABC. Pedaling smoothly in unison. They're doing a good job, Lynn Swan. Right there, panoramically, you can see the lead.
They've got the lead because they've been the aggressor. Caution has to be taken, but this is a race, not a Sunday ride on the bike path.
The number 3 team of Gerard and Oaks for NBC begins the final 2 laps. Twice around the track, the final leg. And their lead is huge over the ABC team of Kent McCord and Joni Prather. But Kent McCord and Joni Prather are moving up swiftly. Joni Prather with a severed tendon, remember, in her right hand. Coming up on them.
Well, they're coming up on us. They're coming fast.
It's almost as if they're standing still. And they're past them. They are past them. Kent McCord and Joni Prather doing an amazing job, Joyce.
Oh, absolutely. They're literally flying around this track.
And they are moving up. Moving up.
Take it too wide.
NBC did take it too wide. They almost went off the track. Kent McCord is the lead man, showing fantastic strength, Lynn.
Yes, just by virtue of their position on the track, they're going to have a faster time around that track.
Okay. Okay. I got it. Don't look back.
Don't look back, Joni Prather just said, and she was right. They don't have to. ABC with a huge victory, a remarkable final leg. Did you hear the utter fatigue of Randy Oaks? They were almost by that time a distant second, Gerard and Oaks.
Oh, that was fabulous. Good for you, kid.
Good for you too, Joni Prather, and for Kent McCord, of course. What a victory. And so, the current score updated. Kathy Lee Crosby and ABC with a huge lead, 550 points, 100 over the disgruntled Devane, and CBS is mathematically eliminated from the competition. They are third. Baton passing, a key element in the running relay. ABC practicing it. Joan Van Ark getting ready for her chore. The running relay, another of the testing challenges in the Battle of the Network Stars. Robert Hayes rubbing up Grant Goodeve, trying to get some strength back in him. Greg Harrison, ever the teammate, teaching Kathy Bach how to get off the mark. And Joni Prather moving her neck around.
Stand up to a urine analysis at the end of the
feel all right.
Came back.
Well, the scene is set for the start of the running relay. You know what that means. 4 110-yard laps and 2 220-yard laps. And in the meantime, we have reached a point in the scoring where the whole competition could possibly end with this event, depending upon the order of finish. Here's what I mean. ABC leads NBC by 100 points, and NBC leads CBS by 100 points. Thus, should ABC win this event with NBC second, it would be over. ABC would be the champion, NBC would be second. There would be no need for a tug-of-war as the climactic event, because it would be mathematically impossible for NBC to win it or for CBS to finish second. It's as simple as that. Now there are the contestants getting ready to move on apace to their respective passing zones. Gerard is arm around Bayo, the two anchor men in the race. Critical factors, of course. Injuries are playing a role at this juncture, and I'm going to call in Joyce DeWitt to explain exactly what the problem is.
Okay, we've had not the best day for injuries. Chad Everett has a possible cartilage pull in his knee. This is an old high school injury that's coming back to haunt him again. Robin Douglas has thigh cramps. Kathy Lee Crosby has a groin pull. Joan Van Ark, chronic back trouble, and she evidently strained herself today, and it's acting up now. Scott Baio, lower kneecap pull. Joni Prather still has her hand wrapped. She came into the competition with that, but the strain of the competition is now aggravating it. So, though ABC is in a very strong position point-wise, out of the 6 people that I just mentioned, 4 of those people who are now dealing seriously with injuries are from the ABC team.
And NBC hopes the injuries are severe.
Yeah, I have a feeling they might.
She even looks good in glasses. All right, we're about ready for the start of the running relay. It'll just take a couple of seconds now. There is the first triumvirate. Sarah Purcell, Kathy Bach, and Kent McCord, ready to run the first lap. The rest of the names speak for themselves. And they're off. And Sarah Purcell getting a good start. Kent McCord hopes, of course, to garner a quick lead. Quickly passes Kathy Bach. But Sarah Purcell is running magnificently. McCord will not catch her. No, he will not catch her. The first pass of the baton. And for ABC, it's Joni Prather trying to close in on Pam Hensley of NBC. Janelle Allen way in the rear. The second leg is completed. And Pam Hensley passes off to Brian Kerwin. And look at Grant Goody pass Kerwin. It's as if Kerwin is standing still. Goody building a good lead for ABC. Once again, forget CBS. Kerwin trying gamely to struggle back in. But Goody is clearly going to hand the lead over to the next ABC runner. There is Goody slowing down for the baton pass and taking a fall. Fortunately, not hurt, as you can see. And Caroline McWilliams is running, but she's going to have to run against Randy Oates. And look at Randy go. She has been indomitable in this competition. Randy Oates gives back the lead to Bill Devane of NBC. He is a flyer. This is a bad matchup, a mistake by Kathy Lee Crosby. She's trying to run with a groin pull against their fastest sprinter, NBC. Gerard has the baton. So has Bayo. It comes down to those two as expected. But what a lead Gerard has. Remember, they must go 220 yards. Bayo is mildly gaining, but Gerard is holding on. Gil Gerard making the turn. NBC will win this event. Bayo is closing in, but Gerard will win. NBC will win. It will force a tug of war.
Thank you!
Nice.
Nice work! Really?
Oh. Good one.
You guys are great! And you hate to run.
All right, congratulations to the NBC team. Gil Gerard. Randy Oates was the key. You're right.
This one picked it up.
You have been some performer in this competition.
Thanks. That was great! See you coming in.
Apart from what Randy did, the whole key was you had the better matchups because ending with your 2 runners, you were able to come through.
Yeah.
Captain Crosby.
She started, and then
Try to stop him.
Bill really began to move it out.
Devane, and then you.
Yeah.
The stamina necessary. Where is Captain Devane? So,
you were wonderful.
Captain, you had the right matchups, and that's what won the race. In slow motion again, you can see the grit, the determination written in Gerard's face. And so, NBC forces the tug-of-war. Gil Gerard with a young man named Brian Loeb. Gerard deeply interested in the Special Olympics, a tender man. I asked him how he got involved.
Well, I was doing a picture called Killing Stone that Michael Landon was directing, and he gave a boy a part as a newsstand boy. And his name was Brian Loeb. He was retarded. And I met Brian on the set and then talked to his mother and told them that I'd been interested in and worked with retarded kids in Arkansas and also in New York. And I was kind of looking for something to do as far as the retarded were concerned in California. And they told me about the Special Olympics and invited me to their regional meet, which is at Cerritos State College every year. It's the most wonderful, heartwarming experience I've ever had. Brian is sort of the symbol for me of a lot of retarded kids. Brian was a very introverted boy before the Special Olympics came along for him. And he used to hide in closets when people came over to visit, and then he wouldn't talk to anybody. And now he's very outgoing, and he's accomplished a great deal. He received the, I think, Youth of the Year award from Bob Hope, which was on national television. So for a boy that used to hide in closets when people came over to the house, he's suddenly on national television, and he handles himself very well.
All right, the Special Olympics oath. Let me win.
Let me win.
But if I cannot win,
If I cannot win,
let me be brave in the attempt. Okay. Do that.
A lovely thought for beautiful people. And the up-to-the-minute score. ABC, 75 points ahead of NBC. The winner of the tug-of-war wins the competition. CBS is dead. The tug-of-war coming up. So almost as always, it has come down to this, the tug-of-war, the winner to become the winner of the Battle of the Network Stars. 5 people to a team. 2 women, 3 men. Team weight limitation, 800 pounds. And that's what the ABC team is working on right now, trying to figure out the poundage, get within the weight limitation. The NBC team appears more settled. And we have had a visitor join us. I suspected that somehow he would be here. The man, there he is, who provided so much glamour and so much strength and so much fun in every previous Battle of the Network Stars. Robert Conrad with his old loyalties to NBC, you can be sure.
This is where you hurt yourself. You're covered. You're going to be fine, kiddo. You're going to be fine. You got enough guts for all of us.
I just have no energy left.
Well, just pull your own weight. You can do it. Thank God I don't have to do it.
Well, Brian Kerwin must do it. He's the #1 man on the CBS team. Swanee talks with him.
Sure.
Brian, what does it mean being the first man in line so close to the water?
It means I'm going to be the one that sees them go in the water first.
He's got a knot in it.
Billy, how bad do you want it?
How bad do I want it? Are you kidding? We've been the underdogs. If we win this, I get picked up.
You gotta fall down. You gotta fall over.
Randy?
What?
Your nerves a bit on edge?
Yeah. We gotta win this. It's tough, and we gotta wait too long. We're ready.
Do I want it?
Pam?
If we win this, I get my own series.
You're the anchor man. You're the last man in line.
That's right. I've got to try to keep all these people on their feet.
Robert, how does it feel to be the first man in line facing the other team?
Fine.
Fine, good. Good luck. Grant, do you think you can pull this one out?
no, of course so.
Yes? Good. Good luck. Joni, how do you feel? What are you thinking at this moment?
I'm very exhilarated and very determined.
Good girl. Good luck. Kathy Lee, you have been a fantastic coach for a fantastic team. Not that I'm prejudiced. Do you think you're going to pull this one out?
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. Best of luck. Kent, you're the anchor man. You're going to pull with all you got?
I want my mother and my agent.
Okay. Hello, Mama. Hello, agent. Come on. Best of luck.
All right. Come on. Mean!
The histrionics pass. There's the task, to pull that flag. The other team to pull that flag past the middle line of the pool.
They have never
All right, we're about ready now for the start of the tug of war, the final, the deciding event in this, the Battle of the Network Stars. Bob Hayes, the #1 man. That is the key position for ABC. Brian Kerwin, the #1 man for NBC. Gil Gerard, the anchor man, the other key position for NBC. Kent McCord for ABC. And off they go. The faces register the instant anguish, the effort taken as they pull, tug, one against the other. And in the beginning, a minor gain for the team of stars on ABC shows. NBC is in instant trouble. Bill Devane is all over Brian Kerwin as desperately they seek to hang on. Scott Baio is providing the rhythm for the ABC effort. He is over Robert Hayes yelling, pull, pull, pull. Robert Conrad has lost himself. He has gotten into the thick of things. He has his old NBC loyalty. Look at Conrad going up and down the line, exhorting Gerard, Hensley, Randy Oates, Bill Devane, and Brian Kerwin to pull. But inch by inch, ABC is gaining. Hayes doing a marvelous job as the #1 man, and they are almost there. They've got to get that flag in the middle, the tape above it, across the red line over the middle of the pool. Baio continues to provide the rhythm, and Kent McCord doing a superb job as anchorman. Little Joni Prather, she with the damaged hand, the severed tendon between the thumb and the index finger, in there pulling. And Kathy Lee Crosby, the team captain. They're almost there. It is almost. No, they have let up. They have lost back a bit. Commissioner Hank Stram hovers over the cord. And now NBC with a final effort begins to gain back. Robert Hayes giving it everything. His face distorted, contorted by the effort. They're almost there. They're almost there. Stram is hovering over. But no, they can't quite execute the final tug. And NBC is pulling back. A slight gain. Randy Oates looks ready to expire on the spot. And Hensley too. Look at Gil Gerard. He has the rope up. It is over. ABC has won the Battle of the Network Stars. ABC wins the tug of war. And it looks like Bob Hayes will faint on the spot. Grant Goodread, a tired man, unable really to pick his body up. Joni Prather kissing everybody and hugging. Robin Douglas too. Carolyn McWilliams, all of them. The ABC team. And there, in the words of Keats, my heart aches and a drowsy numbness pains my sense. Fantastic. You showed me something in this competition, Buster. People don't understand that the #1 man is really the key man in the tug of war. And you were great. So was Ken. But you were great.
Howard, that's incredible. I have to say, the greatest team I have ever been involved with. They're just beautiful. I'm really beautiful.
Hey, I just want to show. This is the bandaged hand. In here is the severed tendon, and yet she went and she tugged.
This represents our team.
This means...
So it's time to move to Swanee and the defeated.
Howard, they are very disappointed. Randy, you okay?
Oh, yeah. It just wiped out, you know, and we lost.
The tears coming down your eye. You gave it every bit of effort that you had. You did a beautiful job.
Thank you.
Finally, good sports. All of them, especially these.
It's time now to close it out. I say au revoir. I love you. You are a great star. You're a joy to work with. I want to thank the resourceful wide receiver, too, Lynn Swan. And just to repeat, it came down to the tug of war. In 2 minutes and 17 seconds, the ABC team won the tug of war. They showed a lot of guts. They had a lot of fun. They were glad to be here. And that's what this show is all about. Entertainment, not trash sports. the way some disgruntled ones would try to label it. This lady knows she's been a part of it, and now today in a different vein. And this great athlete knows too.
I would just like to say that it's been a real pleasure working with two men who are the best at what they do.
Thank you. I wish it were true of Lynn. In parting, a special tribute to the first woman captain, and a winning one at that. She gazed at her people with a wild surmise, silent upon a peak at Darien.